the so-called canon ball. Now, canon means the following. I've got to describe this. I want to pick and go the ball, and as I go low, I put my hand down, and I propel myself over my hand. I set up like a cannon. Now, the same within a scrum, I can't put my hand down. The same within a maul, I can't put my hand down. And this is what they do so well. Have a look at that. There's the hand down. Now, that is set up for a cannon. The cleaning is passed. It's very dangerous because where do you tackle the guy? Have a look at this one. I'll go through. I've got a couple of these clips. Again, hand down, and now the cannon comes and you pass. That's very dangerous to work off that hand. I'll show you now what happened in the game here in the final. Again, hand down, and the guy on top, he acts as the loader. He loads himself, and they just carry that guy down. Again, the hand on the ground. Now, guys, you can't crawl. You can't put your hand down. This game is decided to play on your feet.
Yeah.
Now, for me, not good enough. They eventually score, and you'll see the same thing happens in the game. Now, after this, I wanted to look from behind, though. We are dissecting tonight. We said it beforehand. There's the hand. There's the cleaner. Now, where must you tackle that guy without getting head against head? He'll come around the corner. You'll see what he does first. Planting of the hand, setting up for the cannon. Load the cannon. There's the hand on the ground.
Is this a Munster thing or is it an Irish thing at the moment?
It's an Irish thing. It's an Irish thing. Leinster does it. I've done a couple of these. It's going to go to the World Cup. You don't know how to stop it. And the Irish sides have got a definite benefit if World Rugby will allow this to carry on. Every time on the ground. But Mick, Robbie, I need to show you what happened in our game. Even worse, and it's clearer. It's a thing we got to get out. And you know what? First, for the safety of the game, it's just not on. Here you can see it. Let's go through this one quickly. I like this one. There's the hand on the ground. He's loaded. It's very dangerous. Next guy picks it up, hand on the ground. And I'll show you now in the slow motion what happens. Luckily, it was not a try, propelled. Guys, 3 on the trot. Put the hand down, and then they load over you. You can break that arm. It's dangerous. It's head on head. Now they worry about box kicks. And
there must be a benefit for it. What do you think the benefit is? Because they're doing it. I understand the safety part.
Well, you can't tackle. You can't
tackle him. Plus, you get momentum beyond the tackler.
Beyond the tackler. So he's that. He can go as low as he can with 3 points on the ground. He's both feet on the ground, and he's holding the ball, and his hand is the other one. So you're going incredibly low. People latch onto you and go past you, and you use that as another leg to push yourself forward. You know, there.
How dangerous is that?
But it is.
Dangerous for the ball carrier.
For the ball carrier, for the defender, it's head on head. You will get dislocated arms and elbows one after the other.
But it hasn't happened. I mean, if you said you've picked it up, you know, it's an Irish thing at the moment. They're getting purchase on it. You're saying they get over the advantage line a lot easier. It's difficult for the defender.
Very hard to stop.
So at the moment, I mean...
But they are not holding their own body weight on their feet.
Yeah.
Robbie, can you...
They're leveraging... That's crawling on the ground. You can't tackle a player who's crawling on the ground.
Can a prop and a scrum put his hand down?
No. We agree with it,
Stop that.
So it's
in a driving ball, you can't put your hand on the ground to drive. You're not allowed to.
Exactly.
And defending a driving ball, because Munster used to do that as well, is put their hands on the ground and defend a driving ball.
To get as low as they can.
But they only banned that 2 years after the fact.
But I guarantee that those clips will go to the World Cup referees, because I'm sure that Ireland does exactly the same thing. Leinster does it, Ulster does it, and so does Munster.
So what impact will this have on World Rugby when the best team in the world, which is Ireland, number one, greatest chance of winning the first Rugby World Cup, then everybody else says, well, hang on, you can't do this, you can't do that.
You're not allowed to latch onto the person before he makes contact with the opponent, and you're not allowed to put your hand on the ground. It's like double banking in the line-out. It's like putting your hand on the ground as a tight head or a loose head to change your angle. You're not allowed to do it. So all you do, it doesn't matter what Ireland thinks about it.
It's not about Ireland.
It's against
I disagree with that, because now World Rugby...
And if it's against the laws, you must highlight it for the referee, and the referee has to blow it.
What do you think?
I'm very sure Dobbo highlighted this, and still the referee...
Knowing Dobbo...
When the final weekend of URC, Munster win, there's something they've been doing. We say it could be an Irish thing. Now I'm saying World Cup's coming. What are the impacts? This is the best team in the world. They got you, and then all of a sudden the rest of the world's going to turn around and say, hang on. It's like South Africa when they're good at the driving ball. Before a big tournament, like they say, but South Africans are driving illegally. It's almost like...
the double banking. Guys, there's a few things you can't do in this game. You can't play on the ground. And they're playing on the ground. It's illegal. It must be stopped. So what our discussion should go out there and be stopped before it becomes the norm. I don't want
my question is,
to start doing it.
Will it happen?
Look,
Yes, it will.
at the line out.
You saying it will?
Yes, it will happen.
We won't see this in the World Cup.
They might try and do it, but referees
Yeah.
will be made aware of it. Because referees aren't looking at that. They're looking at the defensive side, or they're behind the last man's feet. That's a very technical point, and sometimes referees don't pick it up.
Oh, well,
So you have to direct. Ask Robbie. You've got to direct referees' attention to scrum angles, to what players do, put their hand on their knee before they bind. Knee on the ground, then get up. That's illegal. It's all illegal.
Yeah, that's individuals. That's individuals. Easy for a ref to pick up. Yes, Robbie binds like this. I pick him up. I'm going to penalise him. When you've got a whole team doing something and been successful at it, to say now we're going to flip it around before a World Cup, I'm not too sure it's going to happen. Kemper, what did you pick up? I fully agree with you. It's wrong.
Made
it's
aware
illegal.
of it. So I
Will it
do
happen?
believe in the World Cup there might be not necessarily a law change, but there will be an adaptation to the way people can stay on their feet.